Good day, all. It's TurboDave here at TD Performance Corner, talking about our CT200. It's my wife's car. We had an issue with it, trying to diagnose the head gasket, making sure it was leaking. Common problem, and yes, it was. As you can see, it's partially taken apart. But this was started over 2 months ago. What happened was, and I'm letting you guys know this because you want to know this. At some point, the auxiliary battery drained. Wouldn't recharge. It was old, maybe original or second battery. Got a new auxiliary battery, put it in. Straightforward. For some reason, somewhere in between all this, we lost the ECU. There's two ECUs. One of them communicates with the keys, and I'm not going to explain the strategies of it, but there's a lot of communication that goes back and forth, almost in a triangle, if you look at all the ECUs and communications just to get the car running. The gas-powered engine to start, right? The electronic portion still turned on, but you could never get the gas portion running, the gas engine itself, internal combustion engine running. So we sent it to the dealer. They couldn't figure it out, and they could never tell me how it happened. Most people there were really good. I'm not going to say what dealer it was. There were some people who were just there for the reason why the dealer is there, to make money. But anyways, turns out there was an ECU, and it's the security one. It communicates with the key. So Lexus put it on the front firewall, behind the firewall, not on the engine side of the firewall, but on the passenger compartment side of the firewall, behind all the AC components. So you have to drain the AC unit, pull the rest of it out after you get the dash out. So it's a lot of work, very intense. $300 for the ECU, not bad at all. Then you have to put everything back together, recharge the AC, and you have to remarry the keys to the new ECU. So they were able to marry the old keys to the new ECU, so it communicated with the old engine ECU, so that worked, because they do want to sell you both. So you're talking about a huge bill. Well, the ECU that they changed on the car here was $300, thereabouts. The other ECU is like $1,600. Super easy change, like almost no labor, maybe a half hour or something like that. The marrying part is what takes place to get this running. Right, there's the other ECU. Sorry, I always forget these things are out here now. Anyways, that is the safety feature. The reason why they put it on the back side of the firewall, underneath the dash and everything else, is so people can't easily steal your car by unplugging it, plugging in a new ECU, and communicating with their keys to steal your car, because you don't have to put it into any type of key anymore. You just press the button, right, when your key's there. So as long as the ECU sees your keys, you can start the car if you have your ECU connected to it. So that's the reason for the large labor cost, right? That being said, they always want to sell both ECUs to you, which would be around $2,000, right, or just short of it, and then all the labor for the less expensive ECU. So, and the reason why I'm doing this video is because to let everybody know, if you have an issue with this where you can't communicate with your keys, the engine won't start, and the reason is that they couldn't explain how it happened, but it happened. They could tell me how to get it started again if they changed the ECU, but they couldn't tell me how it happened. So they got it started with the new ECU that's security, that's against the wall. Other than that, I believe that's it. We're going to do the head gasket. I'm not going to get really into the head gasket. There's a lot of people who've done head gaskets on these. If there's anything weird, I'll cross that path when I get there and I'll post it. This was mostly about the ECU and not starting. Thank you for watching. It's TurboDave. We'll see you next time.